All right, we're now into our fifth tutorial, and this one is going to begin with us getting a shortened URL address for our article to send out to other people. So we're going to go to the front end of the website, and here's the article. We're right in the body of it. You don't want to be, you can't do this from this page here. I'll go back here to show this to you. You have to do this from, this is the list of all the articles with their teasers as soon as it shows up. And you see here, so here's this. You can't do from this point. You have to click on this and go to the article, okay? And I don't have to wait for it to load. I'm going to select the entire URL address, copy it, and I'm going to go over to the bit.ly site, and you'll see up here on the top right, we've got these little pufferfish, and I'm going to click on this, paste a link here. I'm going to click that, and then go Apple V. And up it comes. Now, okay, I think I just took a little too much time there. The one thing it doesn't have is somehow by doing too quickly. Oh no, it has its name now. It's all correct. So if you see here, if I click on this, I believe you click on the I for the info. Then I can copy this new little shortened URL. So I'm going to copy that, and now I'm going to go over to the our emails. And we're going to have an email in here called article sign off review requested for XXX. And this is where we're going to, this is what we send off to both internally and externally. Now, I did not put in our article who was supposed to sign it off. Generally, an article like that would not get a sign off from anybody other than the person who posted it would check it themselves. However, in a lot of other cases, if an article is more complex, or there's a bunch of photographs being loaded with it, or we want to make sure that the person who it's being written about, who's the subject of the article, that they see it and are actually comfortable with what it says, then we will have a slightly more, we will ask to get these sign-offs. So we're going to pretend that this article had a sign-off. We're going to say it from our editor, Brian Outram. All right? So there's you'll open up in a template email that will look like this. I'm just going to run through what it says. It says article sign-off review requested for XXX. The XXX we're going to put in here is actually the name of the article. And down here we have hi XXX, and in that case we would put in if it was Brian. It really doesn't matter. You know, as long as you don't have to personalize it for him, he's going to know what to do with it. The more this XXX personalization that we would do would be if it's somebody who's outside of our office. If it's inside our office, we really don't need to do it because they're going to understand. They're going to get these all the time. They're going to understand what to do with it. So we're going to, even though it's Brian in this case, we're going to go through the entire process as if he was a person not in the office. So the first thing we've got here is I'm just going to go down to the bottom below it, and I'm down here now, and I'm going to paste in the web address, which is not correct. So I'm going to go back over here, go to our this. I'm going to copy that. Okay. Go back over here. And now it came in as the correct one. Notice that it came in with a whole bunch of formatting attached to it. We don't really want that, but it's okay. I'm not gonna go through how to get rid of that right now to unformat it, but I'm gonna put it up here where it belongs. Okay. This article, I can't remember whether we had a time set for the sign off for this. So I'm going to go back and look at the other article, right, which was to do with. Bear with me here. There it is. It said 24. It's 24 hours because it's actually up in the title. Remember, it's got 24-hour turnaround. So when we go back to our in the next 24 hours. And the only thing that has to change here is the name. I'll put Brian's name in here just because we're pretending that he's somebody else. We're going to send this to him. Now, generally, we would outside the office, we would personalize this. If it was, if we're going to send it to multiple people, if it was the person outside the office, we could actually include, and Brian had to sign it off as well. We could just put him in the same email in the blind CC, so the recipient would not know that that it had gone to Brian as well, the other recipient. So the only thing we're missing here is we don't have the title, because we have, it's not for XXX, it's for the thing about the Callaway putter. So we'll go back over here. So we'll go back over to the front end, and I'll just copy that, the title name. I'll go back over here. I'll just click in there and go Apple V. And that's now, so now we've got it's going to Brian Outram. Article sign-off, review requested for Odyssey's new arm lock putters. Hi, Brian. And even though, like I said, if it was just for Brian, you wouldn't have to personalize this at all because he'd know what it means. But it's now complete, and we would just send this off. So we hit send. Let's just look back at our notes here. So we're in step M. We've got ourselves taken the big web address, shortened it using bit.ly. We've gone to step N, where we've gone send request for sign off, and we've personalized it. We've now, in this case, there's one thing I've actually done incorrectly here. I actually would like us to, when you as this person are going to have a new email address that we're creating called pending@InsideGolf.ca, and basically what that means is it's probably going to come back to you, or this email will come back to you, so you know that one, it's been sent out, and two, you leave it in a folder for pending articles until you get sign off. So it's sort of a control system for you to make sure that you're, until the article signed off, you can leave that. So we'll put pretend blinds, and we'll put it down here under editor. If there's anybody else, you can put them in here as well. Remembering, if you're going to personalize it, you have to send one to each person because they're going to have different names. So if you're going to personalize it up here, that's not necessarily needed. But anyway, so there it is. I'll take this out because this email address doesn't exist yet, and we'll send it. Now, the process that we have to go for here is we're now at the sort of waiting stage, and that's step O, and we're waiting for revision sign up for clockouts. So what could happen at this point is that Brian could get this article, and he might decide just to send it back to make the revisions himself, and he then may copy it to the other places where it belongs. He may just tell you that he made the revisions, and now you can copy to other places where it belongs. He may send it back just with the article title in the top and OK to print written in the subject, which means that it's ready to be copied. There's a number of ways this can be handled. You'll become more aware of them over time. We will finalize how we want to approach this a little later. If it reaches the point where the clocking out period is over, then you are allowed to proceed as if it was okay to print and start doing the copying to the secondary locations. There's not really, and the key here is that generally these clockouts are timed to so that they go in certain newsletters to certain people. In any case, we're going to assume that this article was correct and it came back with an OK to print reply email from Brian. And that would put us in the position of doing our next one, which is posting to our secondary locations. We're going to do that in the next tutorial. And so that will end this one.